We begin 10 TV News at noon with the breaking news as Governor Mike DeWine nominates Jim Tressel as Ohio's next lieutenant governor. The announcement came within the last hour, and the news conference at the State House just wrapped up just a few minutes ago. 10 TV's Colin Dorsey was there after hearing this news about Tressel. Colin.
Tracy, Governor Mike DeWine until today has kept his considerations for lieutenant governor pretty well under wraps. The governor's relationship with Jim Tressel, though, goes back years. The governor saying over the years he's even pointed or at least tapped Jim Tressel for several opinions on some ideas he's had. Now, unlike John Husted, who had previous political experience before the lieutenant governor seat, Tressel really doesn't have that. However, he does have more than 4 decades in the public university sphere, most recently Youngstown State, where he retired last February. And also, you might remember him as head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes for a decade. Now, Tressel says this is an unfamiliar world to him, but his work with lawmakers over the years makes him well suited to adjust.
I'll have a lot of learning. I don't know this world particularly. Fortunately, I believe in our governor and what he believes in, and my first job is to go to school on that and then see if I can evolve and try to make a difference.
Now, I pressed Tressel on his thoughts on how he intends to work for all Ohioans with the division coming from the national level. With that, he pointed to his time as a football coach and making sure that all players' voices were heard. I'll have more on this big announcement coming up this evening. Live from the Ohio State House, Colin Dorsey, 10 TV News.
All right, thank you, Colin. Of course, Jim Tressel is not a new name to Ohioans. He is most famously known in the state as one of Ohio State's head football coaches, but his career spans beyond that when it comes to leadership positions. He was the Youngstown State head football coach through the 90s until he took the position at Ohio State as head coach in 2001. He led the team to a national title in 2002 and eventually stepped down in 2011 amid some allegations his players were receiving illegal benefits. Tressel then spent the next decade as the president of Youngstown State University.